Hey everybody, it's friend Sarmate here, and we're back with another episode of Settlement Survival. I hope you're having a fantastic and amazing day today. In this episode, we are going to continue to work on our logistics. I would like to grab our supply terminal and our delivery station and get that tree figured out and good to go. So we're going to go ahead and do that, and I'm kind of glad to be back. I'm finally feeling better. I got my butt kicked there for a good 10 days. Just this horrible cough cold thing came on and I couldn't talk, couldn't breathe. It wasn't great. But feeling great now, and we're back at it. I wanted to continue our series here. It's been a couple days, so we want to do a little bit of recap, go over a couple other things, and work on a couple new things too. So what I want to do is get those two logistical things like we were just talking about, and I do want to expand our little area up over in here for a couple more garden villas. So we have a couple little spaces here and here that we like to start filling in, and I'm going to do that right now. And I'm also wondering what you guys are thinking or feeling about continuing with this series, or perhaps going into another one. Another option that I'm kind of playing with is starting to stream again. Now, my schedule doesn't really work with picking a constant date, and I feel like that's kind of difficult because, you know, I want to be able to be like, oh, it's you know, what, Tuesday, for example, Sarmate's going to be streaming, so you should go watch the stream or whatever. I kind of find it hard to be able to pick a day like that. So I'm kind of thinking about maybe just having to do like a week by week thing, and maybe posting, I don't know, like the Sunday before the week, and just to let you guys know what my plan is, kind of seeing how we're doing for streaming. I kind of want to do that, kind of get back into the streaming part of it a little bit more, but of course that means I won't be able to make a video for that day. When we were streaming before, I was trying to do a video every single day besides the stream day, which before it was just the Monday, and we have since changed our schedule since then, so I'm kind of thinking about trying to stream again, and I just gotta play with it a little bit, I think, hear your guys' feedback, and let me know what you guys think about that. Do we want to do a stream? I miss the immediate interaction with you guys. That's one fun thing about streams that making videos doesn't quite do. A little bit with the comments, but not quite the same as when we're live streaming together. And we're kind of building the town together in real time. Of course, also, we don't have to play Settlement Survival, but I have built the channel pretty much on Settlement Survival, so that kind of is what my just default is to play together. We could do a couple of days, maybe Settlement Survival. Oh, the Steam sale that just recently happened. I purchased Anno 1800. And when I was feeling pretty crappy, I did quite a bit of that, and that's a pretty fun game. I really was enjoying Anno 1800, so that's an option. City builder, but of course, obviously, it's not Settlement Survival. So just a couple of ideas there. Well, let me know what you guys think about doing a stream in general, and then what would you like to see on that stream? I'm totally okay. We could do a whole nother series, specifically Settlement Survival, on stream. That might be a fun thing to do. Just got to figure out the timing, the day thing. And then, of course, the streams would be up on the channel that you could go back and watch if you missed one. Or we also have the possibility of maybe editing the streams down a little bit. Maybe try and get some of the just the good bits out of them. Just something I'm kind of thinking about. Let me know what you think. Do we want to stream? We could continue to keep doing videos like we have been. Yeah, I'm just kind of not really sure what I want to do with the channel, really, is kind of what it's coming down to. Just kind of playing with a couple of ideas here. And I want to know what you guys are thinking. But anyway, got a couple of garden villas going here, looking pretty good. And then we have our fertility rate getting a little bit low. So what I kind of want to do, come over in here. This is kind of where we had all of those good foodstuffs, right? So we're working on pies. We have a good amount of pies saved up. We got some good flour reserves, but our butter reserves are pretty low. So let's go ahead. We'll check out our butter shop first. It looks like milk, we're at 0 milk. So what I think we'll have to do is maybe ban milk. So let's see. So we got our regular old pies here. Did we have fruit pies started up over in here? Not quite. Okay, so fruit pies is something that we wanted to work on because we have regular old pies and then honey and then no apples. So So let's go ahead. We'll set up fruit pies here. We'll get one person started in there. And then let's go ahead and we're going to ban some things, I think. So the first thing I think I'm going to ban is going to be apples so that we have the fruit pies. And then, of course, let's go ahead and find milk. And we're going to go ahead and we'll also ban milk. Okay, so we'll have both of those things. Current stock of 0 on both. We know that. So once we have the milk saved back up, we'll be able to make more butter, be able to make more of these higher end recipes. So something else that we could do is go further down with the milk source here and get a couple more of our hardwood pastures, working on some more cows. We have a good bunch of them, but we could always have a few more. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll put in a couple more hardwood pastures down south here. All right, we got 3 more hardwood pastures all set up there. So something else that we could do is go ahead and get one of our new buildings over in here. We have the supply terminal and the delivery station. So our supply terminal says workers will store designated items in the structure from storing type buildings. Any citizen can take and use the resources. So what I'm kind of thinking about for this, in this case, it's pretty close, so it's not too big of a deal, but I'm kind of thinking about milk. So if we go ahead and head our supply terminal down, and I don't know, we could stick it somewhere in here. We have this new opening over here, so let's go ahead and we'll start working on this space. We'll put our supply terminal in there, and then there are a lot of things around here. So not only the milk from our cows there for the butter shop, but lots of other things. So maybe apples. We talked about the apples in here. Honey would be another thing that we could have the supply terminal bring for us. So a couple little options there. And then we have our delivery station. Workers will take the selected materials to nearby production buildings from storage structures. So the supply terminal is going to be the storage option for those pieces, and then we have the delivery station that is going to be the thing that's going to be actually bringing those goods over to the production buildings. And it's looking like we are a little pressed for space here to capture all the buildings over in here that I wanted. So let's kind of go ahead and we'll maybe we'll have to do more than one. So we'll put one delivery station right there, and then let's go ahead and we'll pop another one down right there. And then of course we got to get our roads in there. All right, there we go. So we got one of the buildings already getting hammered on, getting built up. And that'll be great. So we'll go ahead and we'll set that thing up shortly here. So we have lots of research academies down here taking up some good space for both these buildings. So let's go up over in here and let's see for our tech points where we're looking. Right away here, it looks like livability is all full. Science is filled up. Trade, we have 1 tech point. We could go into safe shipping. That might be the last one that we actually put in here. Mining is all complete. Construction, don't really need bridge building, don't need brick roads, and don't need luxury avenues. Both brick road and luxury avenues either give less or the same as obsidian roads as far as the movement speed increase goes. 125, 125, and 125. The brick road is at 100%, so that's the thing that's fewer. The bridge building could be cool, mainly for just aesthetic looking. We have the large bridge and the cutstone bridge, and it's just a not wooden bridge basically. And then looking at agriculture, we have the plantation, don't need it because we have the dense farms now. Processing, we got all this completed. Logistics, we have one more thing, market expansion here. This is just going to make the market area of influence 20% larger, which is definitely a good thing. I can put a couple more homes in that area, so I think we'll grab that. But the first one we're going to do, I think, we'll just grab safe shipping, and then when we get with our last tech point here, then we'll go ahead and we'll plop it down over to market expansion, and then we will be good with technologies. And normally when I get to that point in a series, I play a little bit in an episode and then I call it. But I want to really focus on trying to get our city stress as low as we can get it. It's kind of been the whole theme of the whole series here, trying to see what we can do to keep that city stress as low as possible, to keep the fertility rate up, and to continue to grow our town. Eventually you'll get to a point like in our last series where I would get immigrants, they would come in and they would move, and then we would have the dying off, and we could never get ahead. So I'm trying to do that in this playthrough, try and continue to grow a population. So it looks like our delivery stations and our supply terminal good to go. Let's see what we can do for upgrades, of course. At first here, that's going to be the inventory expansion. We'll go ahead and grab that, and we might as well make it indestructible anyways. And then the supply terminal, same thing. We'll go ahead and do that. Okay, so the delivery station is going to make the delivery. So we're going to go ahead and see what we need around town here. So we have our veggie processing plant. So we have one here that's calling for tomatoes. I know we had chilies, but I don't remember doing tomatoes. But anyways, yeah, it looks like we need a couple more chilies as well. So let's go ahead and we'll set this up. We'll get a cook in there and we'll go ahead and set up our supply terminal and delivery station for these things. So let's go ahead and we'll find our chili in here. Interesting. Okay, so upon searching for chilies in our supply terminal to add them, it's not an option. Kind of weird. I'm not really sure why. You can see we have corn in here. We got a couple other things. Kind of a weird deal. Let's go ahead and we'll check out our delivery station. So we're gonna have to look to see what the area of influence is here for this delivery station, and then it's the same thing. So we have our chilies right here. So let's see if we have chilies in this one. Yeah, right there. Interesting. So let's go ahead and I think this is about the only spot where we're making veggie processing stuff. I think we have one more chopped salad area. Let's just go 375 to begin with here, and we'll get that stuff on the way. Let's see what else we got going around here, and we can set up our delivery station for that stuff as well. Okay, so I have the delivery station set up for several items here. You can see chili, hardwood, linen, honey, and apple. Now this 250 and 375 are just kind of arbitrary. I'm not sure how many of each piece I can have, but as you can see here, our inventory is filling up, and we will see if we can adjust things, what we need to do when we get to that point. But one thing that I'm not clear on right now, so we have our supply terminal here also set up with honey and apples, but it doesn't seem to be like a necessary thing to have the supply terminal. Like, why would I have a supply terminal when the delivery station is basically doing the same thing? Let's just see if I can reread this here and see if I can clear it up a little bit here. I'm not sure. It doesn't really, I'm not really sure what the purpose of the supply terminal is besides being a prerequisite for the delivery station. So if you know, please let me know in a comment or whatever, and I will share it with everybody else. Why a supply terminal? Why is this better than the delivery station itself, or even just a warehouse? So I mean, it's designated items, so it's not like a catch-all like warehouses are. I get that, but just seems kind of pointless. So yeah, let me know if you know. We did get our last technology point, so let's go ahead and grab that market expansion. So excellent. Let's go ahead and we can take out some of these research academies now, and we'll probably do a couple more food processing things over in here. I want to get the best foods really going. We got delicacies right now. We got 20 in reserve. That's really good. Let's try and get as many of that going on as possible. Super great thing to have. Minus 40% on our stress level, so super good. Let's go ahead and we'll mark 3 of these for demo, maybe. There we go. And then I'm gonna also get the road out of here, and then we're gonna go ahead and put another gourmet shop in there, and I think that'll work pretty good. Another thing that would be a good thing to have probably is a little bit more butter going on. So we'll probably put another butter shop in there. Oh, we could even put another worker in there. Let's go ahead and do that. And then what else we got going on here? So barbecue houses, we got our baked lobster waiting on that butter, and then roast turkey also waiting on butter. So we really need to get that butter situation figured out and continuously supplying those 2 barbecue houses, because it's a very key piece for us. So it looks like those are all cleared out now. So let's go ahead and we'll get a couple more of these buildings up and operational. Let's go for 2 gourmet shops, and let's go for another butter as well. And we'll get all these guys going, and hopefully we'll get that tree working a little bit better. Okay, so we know we need more butter, so that means we're probably gonna need more milk. I mean, 1,000's pretty good stored up. But let's come back over in here, and it looks like all 3 of our hardwood pastures are nearly completed. We got the last one there still getting worked on. But let's go ahead and we can set up these other ones. So we want cow for milk, and then we want cow for milk. And let's come over in here, and we're at 36 and 37 number of hardwood pastures. Let's go ahead and split these out. I'm just going to go 5 and 5 on here. All right, there we go. And then we'll come back and get this last one too. So we got lots of cows walking down the road now, looking good. And getting them there to start breeding, and then eventually we'll have a lot more milk coming in, lots of butter, and getting all these good foods happening. Lots of those good foods going on will be a really good thing to have really locked down. And then we can start spreading it throughout the town. We should have a transfer station around here somewhere, don't we? Yeah, right there. Great. Let's go ahead and we'll put another worker in there. and we're only at 23% inventory, so not so bad. It looks like we got a couple other bakeries here, so let's go ahead and increase the production on some of these base goods as well, namely the pies here. We're working on the fruit pies, also a minus 40% stress, so very, very powerful to have as well. But I want to make sure that we have enough pies so that we can continue to make those fruit pies. So let's go ahead and we'll go down here. We're going to go ahead and find pie. And let's go ahead and we'll add a couple of workers in there. Okay, that'll be up and running. And sorry, did this already? Pie, there we go. And let's go ahead and now that we have two base ingredients, two pies going on here, let's go ahead and increase this bakery. Looks like we are at production cap for pies, which is a good thing for sure. But let's go ahead and get a couple more bakeries going so that we can make some more fruit pies now that we have the base pies figured out. So let's go ahead and we'll copy that and put it down the road just slight little ways here, and we'll get another one of those guys going and tie that in, and we'll make fruit pies off that guy. Okay, and it looks like these guys are waiting on furniture. So I did my normal thing where I put multiple buildings, and I should have paused one of them so that we can focus on completing the one instead of having two half-finished ones, so we could potentially have one finished one. So we'll pause the one, and we'll work on that. We got a drought here. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. We have most things covered pretty darn well. Let's go ahead and get this guy set up for some more cow action. We're going to transfer 5 again from the same pasture as we did before. And now we should be good to go. Wow, 212 laborers. So we have tons of laborers. Excellent. We have automatically accept immigrants on. So every time what we see one, I don't even have to think about it. We're just gaining those immigrants. And that's what I wanted to have just to continue to get people in the town here. So we want to continue to provide spaces for them to live. It looks like our luxury villas are looking great. Most of them are empty, so that means we aren't dealing with the homeless problem, which is good. Of course, we want to provide a home for everybody, so we're going to go ahead and be happy about that. The other thing that we could be doing over here, we have 61 puppies. Holy cow, I can see a couple of them running on the rooftops here. That's what made me think about it. So we can go through here and we can upgrade our luxury garden villas, I guess, with puppies. And then once people do move in, they will already have that additional 15% stress reduction. So it makes these garden villas a pretty potent weapon against stress. Taylor's scrap clothes or backpacks. Let's go for backpacks. Plenty of clothing going on. I'm not even sure what the situation is for our backpacks, but we'll just go ahead and grab a couple more of those and we'll fill in a few more garden villas here. Looks like we got our bakery and our butter shop up and operational over in here, so we're going to go ahead and set these guys up, and then let's go ahead and set up for another fruit pie over in here, and we'll just do a couple of workers in there for now. I want to have more base goods than fruit pies so that we can continue to provide enough of the material for fruit pies. So we're going to go ahead and do our upgrades for our bakeries here. We are at cap, I mentioned that. Let's go ahead and bump that up to 1,000. And then our barbecue houses. What you guys waiting on? It looks like I don't know. I'm gonna say butter. So let's go ahead and we have our delivery station here. We did not set that up yet. Let's go ahead and we'll say butter, and yeah, there we go. We have a stock of 0. Why would that told me a different number? Let's go ahead and we'll put 500 in here. And then let's go ahead and let's say lobsters, because that's going to be a thing that's happening around in this area as well. Let's go for 250 again, and we'll go ahead and set that up, and we'll adjust as we need here. It looks like we need a couple meat chops. That would be something that we could throw in here as well. All right, great. So we have all those things going, and then hopefully this gets figured out here. Maybe we want to get plain old turkeys over here too with our delivery station, because we should have enough of these guys now. So let's go ahead and we'll have that all happy, good to go. And those workers are going to go ahead and grab those goods, get that finished up. So this thing, the gourmet shop, we could probably put in a couple more furniture workshops around town here and hasten that a little bit. Oh, the luxury furniture factory. So we do have a couple more. We have a couple more of them right here. This guy is making regular luxury furniture, but can we do regular furniture here? Oh yeah, that's going to cost some leather, which we got working pretty great for us. So we'll go ahead and get that guy going. We'll do some upgrading. Looks like this guy needs steel tools as well. And we'll hit P and add a couple more workers to that. Okay, good. And then let's bump this up to 300. All right, good. And we were having some lantern problems, and it looks like we're still kind of having some lantern problems. Kind of unreal. We have lots of fat. So a delivery station over here bringing some fat could be a good thing to do. We can do a mini delivery station. That would be just perfect. Where would be the ideal spot for you? I can't tell if it captures this last one. So we're going to go ahead and we'll plop that right there. And we do have a transfer station as well. That's, of course, bringing the goods out versus the delivery station, which I think is going to be bringing them in. So we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's also expand our transfer station here so we have a little bit more inventory. It was looking a little plump there. We'll get that guy going as well. All right, great. So the lanterns. So what can we do about the lanterns? We have a good amount of oil going on here. Let's go ahead and we'll put in another lantern factory, and then hopefully we can get a little bit more lanterns coming in. It's been kind of a thing for a while for us here. Refined leather is at cap at 200. Let's go ahead and we'll bump that up to 1,000. So we have a little bit of that stored up. We have plenty of leather, so that shouldn't be too big of a deal. And with the addition of those couple other hardwood pastures, do we get leather from these cows? No, we don't get leather from these cows. That's what cattle are for, I think. But we do get beef, fat, and milk. Okay, so good. Can we upgrade these guys? Oh yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll get some baskets in there. Looking good. All right, good upgrade stuff. It looks like I have these guys all upgraded over in here. Good. Let's put 3 workers in there. Okay, so this whole area, the pasture area, is looking really, really good. Something that I'm not seeing here is a transfer station. We could maybe do 2 in here. That wouldn't be too bad of a thing to have. All right, there's a transfer station, and looks like we're gonna have to kind of share it. So let's go, we're gonna do 2. We'll do 1 on this side and then 1 on this side. And then, of course, this side is going to be needing a road, so we're going to go ahead and do that. And we'll sneak it in there like so. Not too big of a deal. Okay, good. All right, so we'll get those transfer stations up and operational. And is there anything else that we can start working on over in here? It sure wouldn't hurt to have another clothing factory working on some more down jackets or higher level clothing. Does higher level clothing reduce stress or anything like that by chance? Let's see. Or happiness? Yeah, 40 happiness, so that's not too bad. 30, 25, 20 happiness, and 15. So yeah, the custom gowns are significantly better at providing happiness than the rough clothing, which isn't that big of a surprise. But it looks like silk is our problem. So let's go ahead and we'll work on our silk tree a little bit here before we call the episode. And that's going to be over in here. So we have lots of mulberries going on. We have 410, so a decent amount stored up. And then we are really low on cocoons. So I'm guessing being low on cocoons is having the detrimental effect on the textile mill, which is trying to produce us the silk. They don't have the materials that they need. Let's go ahead and we'll put in another silkworm shed in that case. And you know, while we're here and we have the workers, let's go ahead and we'll plop down. I want to do 2 more dense orchards. Let's really get this silk production going and get lots of those new clothes, the fancy clothes, because why not? Let's go ahead and do it. We should be able to by now. So let's go ahead and we'll get that working. And that's set up. Anything else really quick here? We're looking pretty good. I'm not seeing any problems over here as far as any of our materials. Looking pretty good. Oh, what do we have here? It looks like we have lots of herb seeds starting. Let's go ahead. Yeah, well, we might as well. Let's go ahead and do a couple of herbs up over in here. I think what I was doing in this area was getting the herb seeds in there, and that's going to provide us with the medicinal powder. Yeah, that's what's really low. So we'll work on that. Maybe we'll even put in a couple more of these pharmacies over in here to get us some more of that medicinal powder. And you know, this is kind of calling for, to me, is a transfer station right over in here to get these medical supplies shared throughout the town. So let's go ahead and we'll grab another transfer station, and we'll go ahead and we'll tuck this guy, and we'll go ahead and we'll tuck this guy about right there, capture everything that we have now and we could build in there. And there we go. And okay, I think that's going to be it for this episode of Settlement Survival. Thanks for coming back and hanging out with me. Thanks for your patience and waiting for that next video, this video, I guess. I finally recovered mostly from that nasty cold thing I had going on. But yeah, please let me know what you think about a stream. Should we do it? What do we want to do for the next series? Do we want to do a live stream Settlement Survival? I kind of want to just pick your brain a little bit and let me know what you're thinking. What do you want to see out of me from the channel? Because I'm kind of not sure what I want to do next. But anyways, thanks for coming and hanging out. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you on the next episode of Settlement Survival. Have a fantastic and amazing rest of your evening, day, or night.